It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. The name of the band is called Starblind, and that isn't some lost Halloween track or Iron Maiden track, and the name of the tune there is called Demon Rider.
It's good, huh?
You know what? I know people are going to say this is blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's as good as anything that Iron Maiden has done in the last 10 to 15 years.
It is. I don't disagree. It's solid. I'm liking a lot of these bands. I sent you one today that's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. I did download it, so maybe I'll play it in the next break.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just gave it a quick listen, but what is something in Freedom or something? Fire and Freedom or something?
It is Firth Freedom.
Yeah.
Or Fifth. Is it Firth or Fifth? It's Fifth Freedom.
Fifth Freedom.
Yeah, just not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth Freedom.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tenor band, and I asked him, I said, are these guys unsigned? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
All right. Yeah, I got to apologize to Dave Tedder. He's been trying to get a hold of me to set up some interviews with some of his bands and stuff, and he wanted to offer us Bob Kulick.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Are you?
Yep, I'm going to do it Tuesday.
All right. Because
you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
You know what? He wanted to do it live during the show, but I didn't get his voicemail until too late.
Yeah, I don't want to do it live during the show.
Yeah.
Because we can't play the music.
True.
So I don't want to do it live during the show. You know, if we have pull-out quotes or something, we can pull them out and use them, but no, I'll do it. I'll knock it down.
Sure.
Unless you want it. I mean, if you want to do it.
That's fine. If you want to talk to Bob, that's perfectly fine with me.
At this point, I just want to get him knocked out till the end. I think we need 7 more, and we're done for the year.
Okay.
So now I'm just like, bring anything on. I'm ready to do it.
Sure.
Let me get these things done for the year.
All right.
What are we going to do at the end of the year without a music show? Are we going to just take a week off?
I guess, unless we just do one extra show. But other than that, I can't imagine what else we can do.
I don't want to do one extra show.
Well, regardless, obviously there's going to be the best of the CMS.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have an interest in the best of the CMS, if you got something that, as Natalie would say, comes to mind that you would like included in the best of the CMS, feel free, drop us a line at request@theclassicmetalshow.com.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it is less than 2 months away, or 2 months to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And, I got to put that together. So if you're going to, contribute your thoughts, now would be the time to do that.
Sure. Yeah, I'm thinking, if need be, because you always have a lot of extra stuff anyway. Do you think that you have enough for 2 weeks of it?
Oh, if people want to contribute their thoughts and say, hey, I thought that part was good, or this was funny, or whatever it is, we could definitely do 2 weeks worth of best of show.
Yeah.
The way that we do the podcast now and cut up the clips, everything is at my fingertips. So putting together a best of show is really not as difficult as it used to be.
Sure. Or maybe, another option might be to take one song from all of these bands and do a music show. Just do a music show, and where there's not even really commentary from me and you, other than just saying, yeah, this is, Starblind or Demon Child or whatever the bands are, the names, and then playing a song from it so that people can get a good feel for what we're playing.
That is true as well.
That might be a good idea, just to play up for the bands, and, but I need the 2 weeks. The Christmas holidays for me are ridiculous. I need both weeks off. So we got to have 2 weeks off.
Well, whatever, it's always a nice little break at the end of the year for us, and everybody is busy with their holiday stuff, and our listenership during that time of the year is probably at the lowest point.
Sure.
And it's a nice little time for us to recharge, and it's a nice time for people to reflect, those who listen to the best of show, and remember back, some of the events that happened through the year.
Right.
You know.
So, and am I wrong? I'm going to look it up before I even say it, but I think that Christmas and New Year's are on a Sunday. Is that right? Christmas and New Year's are December 25th on a Monday. I guess that's not too bad, but because then we'd be on the 23rd and the 30th. That would be tough. That would be tough. Nah, we'll take 2 weeks off. I'm getting texts that I'm a diva because I want 2 weeks off.
Yeah, you're a diva. Howard Aiken.
Yeah, that's it.
You diva.
Yeah, we'll take 2 weeks off. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that big birthday celebration coming up and all.
Yeah, well, the world always celebrates your birthday.
Sure they do.
It's amazing. Every single year, the world stops for your birthday.
Pretty much.
All 50 whatever years, 52 years of your life they have so far, haven't they?
Well, I hate to announce this, but dude, this will be my 54th birthday.
54?
54.
Damn, you're old. No wonder you knew those Low and Brow commercials.
I was born during the time of Frankie Valli, late December back in '63.
Wow. Oh, what a night.
That's exactly it.
Neely's birthday back in '63.
That's it.
Funny.
Late December back in '63. Oh, what a very special time for me.
Yeah. The birth of Neely, what a night. It fits.
All right, well, we got a lengthy email.
Okay.
That we need to get to. Lots of questions here being asked, so it'll take us a little time to answer these questions, I guess.
Okay.
So let's play that bumper.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right. Well, we got a email from our rapper friend, Scribble.
All right.
Scribble sent us a list of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And he titles his email, An Endless List of Annoying Fucking Questions for the CMS.
Okay.
So we'll do our best.
All right.
What up, fuckies?
What up, Scribs?
People love that fuckies.
Yeah, they do.
Even people in my office are using fuckies now.
Really?
Yeah. In all of its forms. Hey, fucky, to today was just fucky.
Oh.
To where that caller was extremely fucky.
Nice.
Yeah. What's up, fuckies? It's been well over a year since I've sent a ridiculously long email with multiple questions, so here it is.
All right.
Are you guys fans of the new Anthony and Artie show, or Artie and Anthony show?
Okay. Have you watched it?
Well, I have. I've seen 2 episodes. I just don't have the time to dedicate to sit and watch that. I mean, I'd love to watch it, but I just don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
And our good friend Wheezy, he wanted to hook me up.
Okay.
For us being as complimentary as we were about his work and his support of the CMS. And he was just like, in case you don't have access to the compound, I'll hook you up.
Oh, really?
And so he did.
Didn't I?
You did.
Okay.
You did. I just haven't had time to answer Wheezy back.
Okay.
But he is also a subscriber.
Well, very nice.
Okay.
Welcome to the club, Wheezy, or welcome to me knowing that you're in the club.
Right. So he says, I was bummed when I saw Artie was going to join Anthony because
Okay.
I figured he'd just talk about sports and shit.
Yeah,
But to come to find out, he hardly touches on sports at all.
it's true.
Love it. Also,
With
thoughts on Gavin McInnes.
Okay.
Well,
guess
I think this is a question more for you. I'm just going to give you a short answer just because I've only seen 2 episodes.
Okay.
I like the video format, even though it's just, for the most part, two, maybe two dudes with a guest.
Yeah.
Sitting at a table or at a desk.
Right.
Talking.
Mm-hmm.
But the quality is top notch.
Sure.
And I think I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. But again, the most annoying thing for me personally is the way that Artie faces away.
Yeah.
And I know we discussed that you believe that's because of a hearing issue.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just distracting. So I would rather just listen to it rather than watch it so much.
Sure.
Because it's just weird to me that Artie looks the other direction the entire time.
They should switch seats.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then Artie would still be facing Ant. You know, Artie would still be leaning in with the same side. It's not like if they switch seats, he'd be facing the other way. He'd be facing in.
Yeah.
So it would work. It would work. I don't know why they haven't figured that out yet, but
aside from that, the couple of episodes that I have watched, I thought were entertaining and funny.
Sure.
It's another whole new dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it certainly isn't as great as the early O&A days.
No.
But, you know, for what it is, it's funny.
Yeah. I'm pretty much right there with you. I love it. I love it. It's not as good as O&A. It's not as good as Classic Stern. But it's funny and it's fun, and Artie is on fire when he's got a guest. There was an episode last week or the week before do you know who the comedian Kevin Brennan is?
No.
He's one of the many New York comedians that are out there, and he has a show on Compound Media called Burning Bridges. But for whatever reason, he was a guest, and I guess apparently he was a guest on Artie's podcast at some point.
Okay.
And it didn't go well. And Kevin is one of these guys, he does not give a flying fuck. And Artie and him just went at each other, and it was fucking hysterical. And I mean, some of the digs that they were taking at each other was really funny and really below the belt stuff, but it was really good.
Okay.
And Artie, I think I did send you the one where Artie was going after Chris Hansen, didn't I?
Yes.
That's fucking not even remotely right.
That was one of the two that I watched. That
was brutal. He really hammered Chris Hansen hard. Overall, I like it. I mean, Artie does tend to tell the same stories over and over again, and you know it's because he's high most of the time. He doesn't remember what he said. But overall, I like it. It's enjoyable, and it's the kind of shit that I like, and it's good. I like it a lot.
Okay, Gavin McInnes. I'm not familiar.
Gavin's he's considered like the leader of kind of the alt-right type of a movement. He was also on Compound Media. He did a good show. His show was really good, but he left Compound Media. Now he's doing something that's not as good. It's called Get Off My Lawn. It's on like CRTV or something.
Okay.
Which I think is conservative right television.
Yeah, I think that's one that Mark Levin is part of, isn't it?
He might be.
Yeah, okay.
I think so.
All right.
And or Rebel Media, I think somebody just corrected me. I could be wrong. But I watched one episode of Get Off My Lawn, and Gavin's funny. He's informed, he's smart, but I don't know. I don't tend to watch political slant for humor. You know, I mean, I like humor shows that have some politics to them sometimes, but I don't like political shows that try to be funny, if that makes sense.
All right.
And Gavin is more of a political guy that tries to be funny.
All right.
And he's funny. He is a funny guy, but he's not, I don't know. I could take him in spurts. I liked the show when it was on Compound Media. I did watch the Gavin McInnes show. Those were like my go-tos was Gavin and Anthony. And toward the end, I wasn't watching that much Gavin. And now it's like he's on this other thing, and it's like, okay, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's gone. So that's my impression of Gavin.
All right. Well, Demon is commenting on a phrase that you used.
Okay. Yeah, I can take it in spurts. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Second question.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Zombie live? I went to see him in Korn last year and was totally let down by Zombie.
Oh, Rob Zombie?
Yes.
Yeah, he stinks live.
Great stage show, but the motherfucker can't sing his own songs for shit. How about taking off that giant leather jacket and quit running around under those hot lights to focus on your vocals, shitbag? Korn killed it, though.
Yeah, Korn's good live.
I've seen Korn twice. That's just not my style of music. I've seen them. I just not into them.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that whole beaner thing that they do doesn't appeal to you either. You know, that whole Mexican whatever bullshit stage presence thing with the clothes and the you know, the I don't even know how to explain it, but there's like it's almost like they're trying to look like they're in a Mexican gang.
Yeah, they're kind of be M13 members or something.
Yeah, and they've always done that. It's not new, but I mean, I like them live. I've seen them 8-10 times live. I like Korn a lot live, but I'm a fan of their music too. I could imagine for you that's just torture because I don't even think you like that style, do you?
Not at all.
Yeah, so for you that's just fucking torture. Rob Zombie, I'll be honest, his stage show fits his music after the fucking first solo record. He hasn't done anything worth a shit since. You remember that song we played like last year that sounded like Primus?
Yeah.
You know, he stinks now. His music has been lousy for a long time, and the stage show is representative of that.
Right.
It's just not very good. I mean, I'm a fan of White Zombie. I loved White Zombie, but Rob Zombie, if I never see him again, I won't mind.
Sure. All right. Question number 3. Is John 5 overrated? What legendary riff has John ever written? He joined Zombie well after the memorable shit and joined Manson after Beautiful People. What legendary riff has John 5 ever written? Great guitar player, but overrated as fuck in my opinion.
He's really good. You know, I mean, by that level, I mean, is there anybody past Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah, see, you hit on a perfect point there. Yeah. I think the era of recognizable guitar heroes are over. Yeah. I think that ended probably in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that it ended with like Steve Vai or the guy from Mr. Big.
Paul Gilbert?
No, yeah, Paul Gilbert and the guy from what's the name of that band? 3 Sides to Every Story. What's the name of that?
Extreme. Nuno Bettencourt.
Yeah, Nuno Bettencourt. I think it ended right around with those guys of recognizable guitar hero style guys.
Yeah, there's a couple after that. I would say Dimebag, Zach.
But yeah. Well, they were coming up in that era, so maybe we'll extend it to the mid 90s.
Yeah,
because Pantera established themselves by what 95?
Well, no, before that.
No, I mean they established themselves as a force or a recognizable force.
The first by what was the album?
Well, you got Cowboys from Hell, then you got
which is 1990, but they were huge with Cemetery Gates and.
But I mean, as far as was Dimebag recognizable as like a major guitar guy at that point already?
I think by Vulgar he was. Yeah.
Okay,
he was already being recruited by other bands.
All right, so that was 92, right?
Well, Cowboys was 90. Vulgar was 92, so
yeah.
Somewhere.
All right, so but that was the same time that Mr. Big and Extreme, were popular too.
Sure, and Zach joined Ozzy in the 80s at 88 or whatever. Wasn't that when he joined for?
Yeah, Crazy so that, like I said, it ended about that era.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm literally racking my brain right now trying to think of who are the great guitar players of like the 2000s.
Well, there probably are, but they're not standout, or they're not identified as original, or going back to that point, a Van Halen, or even a George Lynch, or an Yngwie, or those guys.
Yeah, Deep Cut probably hit about the only one, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. He's considered a big time player.
Okay.
He definitely has his own sound. I mean, you recognize his sound instantly when you hear it. It's not necessarily something you like. I know you don't like Rage Against the Machine at all, but
that was only 3 years after the era we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right in that same time frame, though.
Yeah, because music became much more of a faceless thing.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of where it's at. So, is John 5 a great player? Yeah. Is he overrated? I don't know. The only reason I know the name John 5, and granted, I knew about him playing with Zombie and Marilyn Manson and all, was that the publicist Nancy B. Sale.
Yeah,
that was like he was probably like one of her earliest clients, maybe.
Right. Okay.
And I would get her press release every week. John 5 is doing this, or he's appearing here, or he's gonna guest on so and so's album, or he's doing this, or he's doing that. And before I even knew, his body of work or whatever, it was who the fuck is this John 5?
Right, sure.
I mean, that's the only question I had, and so I think Scribble's probably got a good point.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guitar player. I mean, certainly if you look at the bands he's been in major bands. He's been in 3 major bands, so he can clearly play. I mean, he was in Manson, he's in Zombie, he's in David Lee Roth's band.
Yeah, he was.
So he certainly can play. He's not Mick Mars or CC DeVille, for God's sakes. But I don't know. I'm curious where he's being fed that John 5 is like the next coming. There's a lot of guys whose names I hear above John 5, even like a John Petrucci from Dream Theater.
Mm-hmm.
John 5's a great player. I don't know that anybody's putting him in if you ask people to name their top 5 guys, I don't think you'll ever, if you ask 100 people, I doubt you're going to hear John 5's name.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'll agree that he's not an elite. He's not Satriani or Malmsteen or Lynch or Eddie Van Halen or whatever, but he is a damn good player.
Okay. Question number 4.
All right.
Am I the only one that loves Megadeth more for Mustaine's vocals than his guitar